our last Central Coast real estate market update, we had a big spike in those median sales prices. And looking at this past week's data, I see that number has come back down. Closings have slowed and sellers are making price adjustments. If you're thinking about buying before the end of 2025 or planning for 2026, these are the kinds of numbers you want to keep your eye on. So we're going to dive into those numbers right now. By the way, if we haven't met, my name is Denise Dresbach. I am a licensed California real estate agent currently located in Morro Bay, and we are doing the Monday Market Snapshot where we go over all this data. And on the second half, we're going to take a look at those new listings and see what's coming up on the market in the area. We're focusing on San Luis Obispo County and the Central Coast, so mostly on those coastal towns like Morro Bay, Cayucas, Los Osos, Cambria, and then some of those southern towns as well, like Pismo Beach, Arroyo Grande, Avila Beach, Grover Beach, and Oceano. So let's get started right now. Okay, so today is September 29th, 2025. We're getting to the end of September, just like that. So October is this week, and that means you have 3 months to go till the end of the year, if you can believe that. So if you're thinking about buying a home this year, you're running out of time even more than the last time I said that. So let's take a look at these numbers, and I'm going to first focus on the coastal numbers. So those are those coastal towns that I mentioned, and the number of active properties available today are 265, and that number just keeps kind of shrinking and staying flat. So no big growth there, but there are 265 active number of properties right now. Price change in the last 7 days here on the coast, there were 32, and that's actually an uptick from my previous report, and that was 21. This is looking at data in the past 7 days. So in the past 7 days, 32 of these listings have had a most likely price reduction, or I should say most of them are price reductions. So keeping an eye on those properties that you like, checking out if they're having a price reduction is a great idea. New active coming soon in the past week. So there were 20 new listings that came on the market. These are not my individual listings. This is for the whole coastal region. There were 20, and 2 of those are coming soon. And we're going to go over those in the second half of this video. I'm going to share my screen, and we're just going to kind of go through the coast and just see what those properties are, kind of get an idea of what the prices are and all of that jazz. So 20 new properties to go over. And okay, so for pending and under contract in the last 7 days, there were 16. And that's very similar to the previous weeks that I've reported. And I've reported things like 17, 15. We even had some in the 20s before that. So it definitely is slowing down in that area. And if we look at the closed in the last 7 days, that number's come way down. There were 11 that closed last week. So prior updates, I reported in the 20s, really. The highest number, I think, was almost 30. Actually, there was a 30 back in May, but there was 29 at the beginning of September. So we really are slowing down in the pending and closed area. If we look at the minimum days, or I should say the median days on market, so the cumulative days on market, that number for those 11 closed was 27. So 27 days on market. And then for the active under contract, that was 37. So the properties that are currently under contract right now, they haven't closed yet. That number is 37. And then the pending is 29. So you can kind of see how we have 27 for the closed, 37 for active under contract, and 29 for pending, all very kind of similar in that area. So that gives you a good idea of maybe how long things are on the market. And it all depends on what property you have or what price it's been set at. So the median close price is now, for the past 7 days of those, just those 11 properties that we talked about, is $950,000. And what we had seen is that median price kept kind of dropping down, and it would pop back up for a little bit and then drop down and drop down and drop down. And then last week it was 1.3 million for that median close price out of 23 properties. So this past 7 days, we're looking at 950,000, and that's that number right there in the middle. And now let's quickly just talk about SLO County, San Luis Obispo County, 729 active properties. That number has come down, and it just really has been just slowly a couple notches each week coming down on that number. And price changes, there were 67, so higher than the prior update that I gave. So 67 price changes. And if we take a look at the canceled, expired, withdrawn, hold, there's a total of 25 of those. And that number's kind of come up a little bit. So you see a lot of expireds. And then there were 7 of those were canceled. So 7 people canceled their sale. They decided maybe, you know what, we're coming up on fall, I'm going to wait till spring, or maybe they just decided just to pause. So that is your Monday Market Snapshot, and we're going to next go into those new listings and talk about everything on the coast here, and you can see that as I share my screen. All right, so you should see my screen now, and I want to throw this out there. If any of this seems valuable to you and you want to make sure you get these regular updates, please do make sure you subscribe. Always like the video if you actually liked it. And if you have any comments, concerns, or suggestions, I'm happy to hear those in the comments, or you can always reach out by email, text, or phone. All that information is available to you in my pinned comment as well as the description, and usually somewhere around the screen here. All right, so let's take a look at these 20 new listings. And I'm going to say this right up front. This is a public link that I got from my MLS, which is CRMLS. These are not my listings. These are provided by CRMLS and the brokerages who are the agents representing those sellers. So we're just going to look at this kind of to give us a market idea. What's going on here on the coast? We're going to jump right in. And right now what you're seeing is all the way from Cambria all the way down to Oceano. And so we're going to start up here in Cambria and see just what we have from the past 7 days. So right now it looks like there were 3 in Cambria in the past 7 days. And you can see the price range is from 605,000 all the way up to 1.6. And actually, if you take a look at these new listings, they all seem to be in the same neighborhood. So if you're not familiar with Cambria neighborhoods and you want to check that out, I do have a playlist, which I'll link to this video. And I've got a bunch of videos that talk about the neighborhoods. I even drive around the neighborhoods, and I'll be doing more in the future as well, as soon as I get the time. So here we are in Cambria, and you can see Fiscalini Ranch is that big green there, and we're over here in this neighborhood, which is kind of like top of the world, Lodge Hill area. So let's take a look quickly at this first one for 605,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single-family residence, and it's about just over 1,400 square feet. And it's mentioned in the description that it is a fixer. Have not seen this one for myself yet, but it does sit on a 3,500 square foot lot. And you are close to all that, as I mentioned, you're kind of close to Fiscalini Ranch. So if you want to pop on over and hit those trails, you are right there. But then, of course, when you're in Cambria, you're kind of close to a lot of stuff. You've got West Village, you got East Village, Moonstone Beach, and all the parks and things like that. So all of these homes here are just in that same neighborhood. You can see there's Strawberry Canyon right there. And so great little location there. Let's look at the next one. That one's listed under 1.3, and it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. And this one is just over 1,700 square feet. And this one mentions that it's got 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, 1,740 for square feet, and then you're in the top of the world neighborhood. And look at those windows. That is really, really cool. So you've got a garage, and you've got multiple levels on this one, lots of charm. And then let's see, what kind of view does this have? It's got expansive glass windows showcase distant ocean views. So that's fabulous. And so if you've been looking for something in that area, you've got 3 options here with a lot of price difference, right? So let's take a look at that third one over there. This one's 1.6. We're just going from the lowest to the highest price from this last week. And I do want to mention, if you want to check this out, I provide the link in the description below. It's a public link. You can pop on and look directly. And then if you want all the listings, you want to know what everything is available in Cambria under a certain price, over a certain price, under certain bedrooms, whatever it is, please reach out. I can provide that link for you very easily, or I'm happy to chat on the phone just so you can get a feeling for what's going on out there. So let's take a look at this 1.6 in Cambria. That's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So we started at the 2-bedroom, then we went to the 3-bedroom. Now here we are at a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. This one's over 2,000 square feet, and it's listed for 1.6 million. You got a couple of levels on this one as well. It says atop the most southern end of California's Big Sur, Cambria Coastal Home sits on top of the world. So it's a real nice neighborhood. If you have never seen it before, you got to drive through and check it out, because you are next to all the great things there. So, and it does mention here proximity to some of Cambria's most cherished amenities. You've got Strawberry Canyon, Moonstone Beach, Boardwalk, Fiscalini Ranch, and so on. So you've got 4 bedrooms and 4 baths. So let's just kind of peruse these pictures. Definitely move-in ready and updated. Look at all that natural light. I love it. And everything is ready for you to move in. This one is 1.6 million. And those are the 3 new ones that we see in Cambria today. So we're going to back out here, and we're going to just cruise on down the coast here towards Cayucas. And I see we've got a few in Cayucas, actually. So I did mention this one in the last update here, 7.9 million. That's the coming soon. And it is listed just under $8 million. I do believe that would be the highest price property of the day. And what you're getting here is 25-acre ranch. And there are multiple units, like there's a mobile home, a detached garage, a studio apartment, and so on. And you got 25 acres. So under 8 million, that one is coming soon in October. So we will probably see that on our next update, because I do just the past 7 days for this Monday Market Snapshot. All right, now we come down here below, we have a condominium, and I think this might be the same story. I do believe we talked about it, but if you missed that one, no worries. We'll take a look right now. And this is a great oceanfront complex. You have views of the pier, the ocean. You are very close to walk right to downtown there in Cayucas. So it's a great, great spot. If you're looking for a condo that's oceanfront, this one's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, under 800 square feet, and they've got it listed at $1,350,000. Great spot, great location. Okay, and then this one here, we've got an 810, I see. So they've got this one relisted. This was listed prior, and it's listed for under 810,000, which you don't typically see in Cayucas. And if we take a look at the 2-bedroom, 1 full bath, it's just over 1,000 square feet. This one is located near Old Creek, if you're familiar with that road. And I don't have any Cayucas videos as of today, but I will be doing those next. I just finished up some Los Osos videos. But this does have a 1-car garage. And it actually, let's see, yeah, it does have some pictures. They look like they're coming in a little blurry, but you can see it's a corner lot there. And it looks move-in ready, listed under 810 right there in Cayucas. You can walk to the crosswalk and get to the beach in just probably under, I'd say, 10 minutes. So that's that one there in Cayucas. And then we're going to go on down the line here. Here we have, let's see. Okay, so here's a coming soon, and now we're in Morro Bay. I saw 749. I was like, wait a second. But yeah, okay, so we're in Morro Bay now. And this is North Morro Bay, 749, coming soon, October 2nd, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, over 1,000 square feet. And then there's this listing here for 1,188,000. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 1,500 square feet. And if we take a look at that one, it's actually located right in this section here. So if you can see, Morro Bay High School is right to the left here. And of course, as you go down this way, you hit the beach right there. So let's take a look at that property there. It looks like you got a nice 2-car garage, 3-bedroom, 2 full bath, under 1,500 square feet. And hey, look at those views from that kitchen. So iconic Morro Rock ocean views and sweeping 180-degree unblockable views. 1,188,000. So that one is, I believe it was active now. So If any of these, you're looking at these and you think, okay, I don't have an agent, but I want to tour some homes. These look good. Please don't hesitate. Reach out and we can get something set up. I'm happy to do that for you anytime. Okay, so let's back up and go down towards this direction of Morro Bay and see what else we have. Oh, okay. So that was it for Morro Bay. We just had those two. Nothing new in the past 7 days here in like the Morro Bay Heights or near the Embarcadero or anything like that. But there were some last week. And again, if you want to know what all the listings are, just send me a message or comment, and I can get that link for you. Okay, so let's head over to Los Osos. And oh, okay. So nothing here in Los Osos in the past 7 days either. That is interesting. Okay, so let's back up and let's go down the line then. Here we go down to Avila Beach. Okay, we've got one Avila Beach for my Avila Beach fan. And this one is a 4-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, almost, let's see, over 2,200 square feet, getting closer to that 2,300 square feet. And it looks like you're very close to the beach. What do we got here? Introducing a luxury new home development in downtown Avila Beach. So you've got 7 new residents nestled in charming downtown, capturing views of the coastal hillsides and a few blocks from the sand. So it says you are okay. So we get it. You're in a great location. The 7 homes range in size from 1850 to over 2,600 square feet. And let's see, you've got let's see, offers a thoughtfully designed coastal modern home with 1,874 square feet primary residence with a fully finished junior ADU on the lower level. And then gosh, there is just so much information here. If you want to find out more information about this 7-home development at 3,393,000, reach out, let's chat, and we'll get into the details. Okay, so that I believe is it for Avila Beach. You got a special opportunity there. And now we're going to head closer down to Pismo. So Pismo, nothing up here by Spyglass. I'm going to come down here towards downtown, and I see a couple for 1.7 million. This one's a condo, and I think we talked about this. It might have been at Coming Soon. Let's see what we got for pictures this time. And this one is under 1.7, and there are some photos here. Oh, nice tall ceilings, lots of windows, your beach house here. And this is a condo, 2-bedroom, 2 full bath, 1,400 square feet. And it says luxury ocean view condo, less than a block from sand and surf. So if you've been looking for that move-in ready condo that's near the sand and surf, here you go, 1.7, just under 1.7 there in Pismo. Cool. Okay, and then we're going to pop over Highway 101 over here. We see another one for 1.7, and this looks like it is a single family property, 1,650,000 on this one. And it looks like you're on a corner lot, very grand style. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Okay, 1,650,000. You got 3-bedroom, 3 full bath, almost 3,000 square feet, single level hillside home in Pismo Beach with sweeping ocean views. And as I mentioned, grand entry there with that marble floors and the chandelier and the tall ceilings. So here's one. It mentions something about oversized 3-car garage, provides plenty of space for workshop or art studio with direct access to the kitchen. So lots of goodies there. 1,650,000. And then if we go down here, here's one for 799. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, under 1,200 square feet. Nice size. And this one is says no HOA, west facing twin home in beautiful Pismo Beach. You've got ocean views, and it says unbeatable location there. So nice views there, under 800,000. Beautiful. Now, if we pop down closer to Grover Beach here, there's something under $1 million. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, over 1,600 square feet. This is under 940,000. Looks like you got a 2-car garage. Very nice. And then, okay, $599 for this home. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, single family residence, and it's about under 900 square feet there. And it says Grover Getaway, beautifully designed, recently renovated, move-in ready, it sounds like. And yep, looks like it's been recently updated and move-in ready for sure. Under 600,000. And if you saw the location there, you're pretty close to the beach, aren't you? Okay. let's go over this way. And if I check out this one here, this is in Arroyo Grande. This is a townhome, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, over 1,300 square feet. And they've got it listed just under 700,000. Looks like you got a 2-car garage. Real nice. Close to that community hospital. And then another one nearby for 850. That one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Just over 1,500, getting close to 1,550 on the square feet there. And if we take a look at these, take a look at these in the full screen view just to get an idea of what you're getting here on that 850. Two bedroom, 2-bath, low maintenance, definitely a move-in ready home there. And then this one only has one picture so far, no HOA, beautifully maintained at home. Townhome tucked away on a quiet U-shaped street in Arroyo Grande. So you got some great options there under 700,000 and then 850. Okay, so then we're going to come down this way, actually, since I'm over here. This one's listed for 2.5 million. You've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, over 1,200 square feet. And it looks like you got some land here. Let's take a look and see. 12.63 plus or minus acre ranch, offers gentle rolling terrain, level pastures, so on and so on. So this is an interesting one if you've been looking for some land. This is listed for 2.5 million. And then if we come back up here towards the village, if you're familiar with Arroyo Grande, you can see the village is right here in the middle. This one looks awfully close to it. So that one's 1.6. And ooh, this looks cool. I feel like we've seen this one before too. A lot of times when those coming soon show up, we get a double. But 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, 1 3/4, just under 3,000 square feet. And it has a detached studio, spacious bonus room above garage, and it looks like it is ready to go. How charming is this one? So 1,599,000 is what they have it listed at. It does have multiple levels. It does look move-in ready, and it looks like it's got some real nice views. And it was, as we saw in the map there, located pretty close to the downtown or village location. So that's that one. And then finally, there's one back up the road here, which is not that far away from the village as well. So take a look at that. That one's listed under 1.5 for 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,160 square feet on that 3-bedroom, 3-bath in Arroyo Grande. And this one is, yep, minutes from the charming village of Arroyo Grande, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, easy access to Lopez Lake. And I do recall seeing this one. Yep. Light, bright, move-in ready, and that's the one that it's got a pool, a little baby pool there. So if you've been looking for something like that and you want to be near town, 1,449,000, and I do believe that is it for this Monday Market Snapshot. We already looked at that 2.5 million, and yeah, so if I just pull out a little bit here, you're going to see the full view, and that link is going to be available for you in the description. That's your Monday Market Snapshot. Those are all the new listings here on the Central Coast. And if you're not working with an agent already, I would love to chat. Please reach out and don't forget to subscribe so you get these weekly updates. See you on the next one.